Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness Today YouTube channel. Some Nigerians, particularly Peter Obi, have been pleasantly surprised over the love, the moves, the show of care and donations given to his party, Labour Party, over his quest to become the president of Nigeria come 2023. Hence, he made a speech as more events are unfolding and more things and series of donations are actually on the pipeline, some being reviewed already. And in another news in the same vein, young Nigerian youth have started revealing the underground moves made by their parents who are benefactors of other parties and their own move to counter it. Now I know that there's more to it. In fact, it's a battle between Nigerians, the young Nigerians who have the downtrodden, the neglected, between them and probably the elite, the few elite in the country and their benefactors. In a moment, you're going to find out what we mean. But before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Let's start with what Gregory Peter Obi said. Well, as the 2023 presidential election is fast approaching, many Nigerians are in one way or the other showing great support for their preferred presidential candidate. Based on this note, the former governor of Anambra State and the presidential candidate for the Labour Party, LP Peter Gregory Obi, while sharing on his social media page, has reacted after Dr. Libo Agwara donated Labour Party secretariat in Imo State. Whilst sharing on his page, the outstanding politician Peter Obi made it known that he was in Owerri, Imo State, for a series of events, which also included the commissioning of Labour Party Secretariat in the state donated to the party by Dr. Limbo Agwara. Let me quote him word for word. Earlier, I was in Owerri, Imo State, the Eastern Heartland, for a series of events, part of which included the commissioning of the Labour Party Secretariat in Imo State, donated to the party by Dr. Limbo Agwara. Of course, many Nigerians react. Let's quickly look at what happened in Delta State. Well, according to the news, Peter Obi supporters continue to go extra mile in showing their love and support for Labour Party presidential candidate. A supporter of the former Anambra State governor has donated her building for the activities of his supporters in Delta State. And on social media, shows the woman handing over the building to Obi supporters in the oil-rich state. Mrs. Simply Ojove from Over local government area in Delta has donated her building to Peter Obi's support network POSN to carry out the political campaign activities in South State. Photos on social media shows Mrs. Over handing over the keys of the one-story building to executives of POSN in Delta State. Wow, this is quite interesting. Okay, but let's find out, okay, this is nice. Let's find out what the youth are saying that is bringing a lot of reactions. Okay, we're going to look at this very critically. A young man by the name, I think it's just a social media name really, Jare for Peter Obi, said this. He said, laugh out loud. A former governor who happens to be my dad's very good friend called a few minutes ago and was cautioning me on my decision to support Peter Obi rather than their party's presidential candidate. I respectfully disagreed with him and told him Peter Obi is the best candidate. He now said, I'm curious to go home and listen to another sermon from my mom, but who cares about personal gains when we are fighting for the betterment of our dear country? Together, let's save Nigeria from looters, thieves, drug barons. Let's vote Peter Obi for president 2023. And that person said, look, Remi Tinubu is also a relative of my late granddad. That's Ishekiri. He actually sponsored her primary and secondary education, but I'd rather turn to a frog than to vote in her husband's favor. Voting Peter Obi is a once in a lifetime opportunity to vote in a competent leader. Wow. Okay, but let's look at this critically. I actually, many thanks for each and every one of us that comment on our community section. We will take our time to read, react to all of them if we can. We appreciate you all. We also appreciate your comment. It helps us to really look beyond just the box. We think outside the box over that as well. But someone said something that community. I want to address it very quickly now. He said that why are we making so much talk over this matter that Peter Obi have won already? The youth have given it all. We don't win. Politics don't work that way. You don't let the euphoria of what is happening on social media to get you carried away. In fact, don't even let it get into your brains. It's a step that you are having acceptability. You must do your underground work. Now, let me say this. I want to, in fact, this thing Jerry said on social media has been bothering my mind. Look, Nigeria did not just get corrupt now. There are people who looted and there are benefactors. Those who looted are not the only one benefiting from this. They have series of chains of people who have benefited. There's some people who are like talks to them, and on a fine day, what kind of job would they do? And they will get that kind of money. Look around wherever, if you are living in Nigeria, look around wherever you stay. Some of the choicest buildings you may likely see are probably from civil servants. When I mean civil servant, it depends on the agencies right now. You ask yourself, how much is your salary that you build such edifice? Government workers building such edifice. People who are supposed to be in public service, who are supposed to be serving, and they're building mansions that, if you check what they will earn in their lifetime, cannot even build one of that. But they're building it effortlessly. The question is, how did they get those monies from? What kind of abracadabra did they do that made them super duper rich? And you and I are normal, struggling. The economy is bad, deflations are there, but it looks like they're operating on heavenly economy, while Nigerians are operating on Nigerian economy, which is already been bastardized with so many inflations, banditry, insecurity. But theirs is a different matter. These are the benefactors. These are the people who may not want Peter Obi to enter, because if Peter Obi enters, you see that line streams of income is going to be shut down. Those who one way or the other have benefiting one way or the other. It may not even be direct, it may be indirect. There's some people who are selling some very crazy kind of commodities that you can't see in the normal market. Those who patronize them are those who have the money to do that. The question is, who are those people that have that money to waste? It is still those who probably got it from Richard Avenue. And some of them got family, they got children. And they will tell them, look, if you vote for Peter Obi, you're going to lose some of this wealth too. Do you want to suffer? Better vote for so and so and so person, so that the looting continues, the benefit continues, they stay in affluence, and the common Nigeria stays in poverty line, probably for his whole lifetime. So it's not just a case of the Nigerian youth now versus the elite. It's now between even the Nigerian youth versus the Nigerian youth elite. So it's a big one. Don't get carried away. The problem may involve a lot of things. Talks may be involved. You gotta realize this is the survival of your country. We get it right or we don't get it right in 2023. It's up to all of us. Let's go wrap it up. Let's meet in that comment section. What's the take? Have a nice time. God bless you.